When I head camping, one of my pet hates is having leftovers at the end of the trip. So being our last night, we've gone through the fridge. I found some pretty cool ingredients, including some beef ribs and some bacon, and we're gonna knock up a bit of a soup, basically a leftover soup. So step one, I am actually gonna be using a camp oven, but I will be using it on the stove here because the stove I've got here is pretty awesome and really hot. I'm gonna pop some oil in the pan. Just get that all nice and warm. So we're gonna start adding our ingredients in. First one to go in is the onion. Now, of course, to keep the boys happy, we've also got a little bit of bacon. And we're just gonna give that a bit of a stir. So what we're trying to do is really create a bit of flavour on the bottom there. We've also got a little bit of flour up the top here, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of that in. What that's gonna do is eventually towards the end, sort of thicken things up a little bit. Okay, so we're starting to get a really nice flavour in the bottom there. So I'm now gonna grab our beef ribs, the hero of the soup, keep the boys happy. And it is as simple as chucking it in. We're just gonna give that a quick stir in. So now that they're starting to brown up a little bit, I'm actually gonna grab some of the veggies, which don't tell the boys. So we've got some carrots that have already been sort of diced up a little bit. So we're gonna chuck those in. And we've got some potatoes. Everyone's got these. So these are all just basically left over from the end of the trip. So might as well use them instead of them going to waste. Now, I don't want this actually sticking to the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of stock into the bottom of it, just so it doesn't stick. There we go. Watch that smoke up. Okay, so all those flavours are now sort of starting to sort of merge into each other. So we're gonna add the rest of the stock. Now, the idea with this is that you kind of want it to not completely cover everything, but be quite close to the top there. And then we're gonna pop the camp oven lid on, and we're gonna leave it for about, I'd say about an hour and a half. We'll come back and see what it's doing. It's been about an hour. I'm gonna come and check the soup, give it a bit of a taste test, see how she's going. Smell that bacon. Yeah. Oh, that is good. That's tasting really, really good, but I'm gonna put a few more flavours into it. So while I'm doing that, I have actually made a damper because you can't have soup without bread. And obviously we've been out in the bush for a little while, bread's not gonna last. So next best thing, or probably better, is a damper. Right, and I'm just gonna keep putting a few more flavours in that while that damper's going. It should be good in about half an hour. The damper's been done. I'm now just going to pop in here. Oh, look at that. All right, Rico, time to come see if you are a soup convert. Do all right? You reckon you might have soup on the road again?
I've had worse things in my mouth. That's not bad.